Hi, my name's Hitesh Mohanlal, and I just wanted to do a video today on what accounting packages businesses can put into place. So in Australia here we have about four. Xero is very popular, QuickBooks Online, Mile, and we have something called Recon Accounts, which is the old QuickBooks system. So the way that I'll explain this is kind of like the use of phones. So if you're using Xero, then it's equivalent of having the iPhone X. It's top of the range, it's got all the bells and whistles, it's a little bit pricey, but it's extremely slick, it's extremely efficient, it's nice to use, and there are a lot of raving fans on it. We have found the system, the support system is a little bit, it's okay, it's acceptable, but it's nothing to write home about. There are a lot of passionate users on it, and we think it's actually a very, very good system. So that's that one. QuickBooks Online is a bit like having this. So that's a slightly older Samsung phone. It's a couple of years old. It's a little bit outdated, not quite as good as the iPhone X, but it's perfectly acceptable. Can do emails, it can deal with internet, it can deal with all of that sort of stuff. It's not as efficient, and therefore it's not as sleek. And we have found that on average, using QuickBooks Online, you're going to spend a bit more time processing, about 25%. So that's the downside. The upside is it's generally a lot cheaper, which means you have to weigh whether you want to spend a bit more time and get the cheapness out of it, or whether you'd rather spend a bit more and have something better. Then we have Mild, and if you remember an old Blackberry phone or an old Nikon phone like that, that's how I would classify what they're like. Pretty outdated. We don't use them. Support is not ideal. It's not necessarily a cheap product. It's designed for accountants, not the business person. So when you're using it, if you're not used to accounting principles and how accountancy works, it can be a little bit difficult to get around and understand and follow things. So that's where I put them. And finally we have Recon or Accounts, and I don't know if you remember one of these, but that's an old flip phone. And I was debating whether I should show you that or a handheld brick phone, because that's how old it is. To give you an idea, we tried to put this program on our system, and it took us 4 days. And then they sent us an invoice in the mail, so they haven't even quite got to sending stuff by email. It's a very outdated and an old product. So we would not recommend you use Mild or Recon. And to give you an idea, we do over 100 probably bookkeeping jobs in a month or so. And Xero, we would have about 80 on there. QuickBooks Online about 10, and Mild and Recon will probably make up the other 10. But we wouldn't really do the bookkeeping on those final 10. It's just because we've got certain clients who want to use it or have to use it. And over the next sort of 6 to 8 to 12 months, we will probably transition them out of those programs because they really are not very good at all. So there you go. Those are my recommendations to you. Thanks.